Hi, this is Lou Pamonti again, and this is kind of a part two on my talk about Suno AI. We're going to move on to the ethics question of artificial intelligence and music. So, like I said in my last video, musicians and producers are split on this topic, and the feeling I get is that the less experienced you are with the actual production of music, the more excited you are about Suno. The more hours and years and decades that you've logged painstakingly producing records and writing music and writing tracks, the less excited you are about it. When I think of the hours and hours through the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s that I've spent looking for the perfect kick sound, the perfect snare sound, the perfect bass sound, the perfect, synth pad, that feels like that's over now. The drum sounds and fills are so good in Suno that I don't know how much I'll be doing with the. I don't think I'm going to be doing that much anymore. This ethical question about what's organic, what's human, and what's robotic. Now, I have to tell you, in 1983, when I was 25 years old in Toronto, I became extremely busy in the studio scene in Toronto, and I became a top call session player in Toronto, if not the top call keyboard player. And I was the synth guy. I had just gone to the bank and got a bank loan for $5,800 to buy my Roland Jupiter 8. 6 months after that, I got my DX7 as soon as they came out. So I was this guy. Within 2 years, that had expanded into a rack of about 20 synthesizers. When I came on the scene with that Jupiter 8 and that DX7, it was like, whoa. And so I remember there were pickets in LA with musicians, no synths, no synths. And I can remember me being looked at by some older members of the session player community, like with their nose up in the air, like, who is this guy? He's a disruptor. He's going to take all our jobs. Now, of course, I didn't take all their jobs. And synthesizers have become a tool, but let's face it, they've become an omnipresent tool. They're everywhere. And modern pop music now is basically made on a laptop. You can take this all the way back to the Luddites. It's like when people finally started to learn to read and write for themselves, the Luddites were all up in arms because we're out of a job. Well, that's progress. And you can't really stop that. And once technology is here, whether it's people being able to read and write, or the weaving loom, or the electric car, which put all the horse people out of business, whatever that story is, you gotta bite that bullet because it's here and it's not going anywhere. And Suno is here, and it's not going anywhere. I wanted to talk about something that I don't feel has been talked about anywhere yet. And that is, we all know how Suno learns music. It scours the internet and finds as much music it can do. It gobbles it up, stems it out, learns all the parts, sees the difference between 70s Philly soul and 80s hair metal. And so that it can regurgitate it in a way that I don't really understand. I don't really understand how it makes audio files out of nothing. That I don't understand. Someone will have to explain that to me. But because it has scoured the internet and listened to collectively all of our favorite music, when I listen to an AI track now, the singer will sing something, the AI singer will sing something, and I'll go, that's Paul Carrack. Or the drum track, I'll go, that sounds like Porcaro and Rosanna. And so what we're left with is, aside from the copyright issue, which is for another time, what that does, it's because it scoured all the favorite music of our lives, that when you listen to an AI-generated track, there's a sense of nostalgia that you feel with it because it's sourcing the music you grew up with. So even though it's not note for note, and it may not be the exact sound, and it may be displayed as an anagram, for me, there's a sense of nostalgia when I hear this music. And nostalgia in music is everything. I mean, there's no art form in the world as good as music, where you can hear a song and all of a sudden you're 16 years old, you're in a pickup truck, and your first girlfriend is sitting next to you. Music is the best at that. So I think this is a very hidden power of AI music, in that even though it's not your favorite song, there are elements to this new AI track that make you think of your favorite song, or it's a sound that makes you think of when you were younger. Anyways, the jury's still out as far as I'm concerned on whether I'm going to continue using this. But right now I'm deep into it. I'm 2 weeks in, and I'll keep you posted. Hi, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, and by all means hit the subscribe button so we can keep improving. Thanks.